Keep in mind, inaccurate does not mean bad. The following video was made purely for entertainment and was highly requested by many of the wonderful people in my audience. Also, yes, I am aware that it is mainly an adaptation of Marvel Comics. However, the original source for both is still Norse mythology, so I'm still gonna compare the two. Let's get started.
From a realm of cold and darkness came the frost giants, threatening to plunge the mortal world into a new ice age. But humanity would not face this threat alone.
Norse mythology does not have any stories about an ancient war between Asgard and the frost giants. Honestly, the giants in Norse myth aren't very organized. Norse mythology does begin with Odin and his brothers killing Ymir, but that's just one giant, not really a war. I mean, sure, they go to war with the giants during Ragnarok, but that's at the end of Norse mythology. Funnily enough, there actually was an ancient war between Asgard and Vanaheim, but that's not what's being shown here. Odin did not lose his eye in battle. He actually willingly pulled it out himself, as a kind of offering to access the knowledge of Mimir's magical well.
And the source of their power was taken from them.
This ice casket source of power for the frost giants is not a thing in Norse mythology.
With the last great war ended, we withdrew from the other worlds and returned home to the realm eternal. Asgard.
Asgard is supposed to have a huge, impenetrable wall around it. They commissioned it from a giant right after the war with the Vanir. And they did not pay for it.
It was Asgard and its warriors that brought peace to the universe.
Peace to the universe? Do you have any idea how many fights there are in Norse mythology? Or Norse culture in general? Or the world in general? This scene shows that Mjolnir exists when Thor is just a child, which was not the case. Mjolnir was created specifically as a gift for Thor when he was already grown and married. Also, that's not what Mjolnir looks like. The handle is supposed to be too short due to Loki messing with the dwarves while they were making it, and the head is typically depicted like this.
I'm ready, Father. So am I.
Only one of you can ascend to the throne, but both of you were born to be kings.
Loki never had a father-son dynamic with Odin. When he joined the Asgardians, Odin actually made him his blood brother. Thor is somehow wielding Mjolnir without his gauntlets or his belt. His gauntlets, known as Jarngripr, allow him to control the power of the hammer, while his belt, Meyingjord, is what gives him the strength needed to lift it. I know whatever he's currently wearing isn't Meyingjord because it was confirmed in Spider-Man Homecoming that Tony Stark ends up making it.
We just gotta load Tony's old Hulkbuster armor, prototype for Cap's new shield, and Thor's magic belt.
Which is a whole nother inaccuracy. Typically, when Odin is at his throne, he has his ravens, Hugin and Munin, on his shoulders, and his wolves, Geri and Freki, on either side. But not only are they not here now, they don't seem to exist at all in this universe. Okay, mythology guy from the future here. I have only just now noticed, thanks to my editor, that there actually are two ravens perched at the very edges of this throne here. And I'm going to assume those are supposed to be Hugin and Munin. However, they are still not perched on Odin's shoulders, so the inaccuracy still holds water. And I gotta ask, Marvel, why did you even include them if you were gonna make them that hard to spot? Thor's hair and beard are actually supposed to be red.
Thor, Odin's son, my heir.
Odin never really assigned Thor as his heir. After all, it would be pointless to do so, since they're both gonna die at Ragnarok.
So long entrusted with the mighty hammer Mjolnir, forged in the heart of a dying star.
No, it wasn't. It was forged by Brock and Eitri in their workshop in Nidavellir. Nidavellir is underground. It's about as far from the stars as you can get.
Frost giants.
This thing, which is called the Destroyer, is not in Norse mythology. I originally thought maybe it was supposed to be a fire giant, but Thor Ragnarok kinda disproves that theory.
They broke into the weapons vault. If the Frost Giants had stolen even one of these relics...
They didn't.
Well, I want to know why.
I have a truce with Laufey, king of the Jotun.
Laufey is not king of the Jotuns, or anything for that matter. Laufey is a woman. Also, the Jotuns do not have one single king. The fire giants are ruled by Surt, the mountain giants are ruled by Utgard Loki, and Thrym is the ruler of the frost giants. Or the earth giants. Or the ogres. It depends on who you ask. I don't see the Seirimnir boar anywhere on that table, and the gods are supposed to eat and resurrect that boar every single day. I do see the golden apples of Idun, though, so credit where credit is due.
My friends, have you forgotten all that we have done together? Fandral, Hogan, who led you into the most glorious of battles?
You did.
And Volstagg, the delicacy so succulent you thought you died and gone to Valhalla.
None of these three characters represent any actual Asgardians in Norse mythology. Kinda weird, to be honest. There's plenty to choose from.
And who proved wrong all who scoffed at the idea that a young maiden could be one of the fiercest warriors this realm has ever known?
I did.
No. No, she did not. Sif is not a warrior goddess. She is the goddess of grain and fertility and has never been in a fight. If you wanted a warrior goddess, Freya would have been a much better fit for this role. Also, Sif is supposed to have solid gold hair made for her by the dwarves. Even before she got that, she was still blonde. Marvel really seems to have trouble handling which characters should and shouldn't be blonde. Thor does not ride a horse. He has a chariot pulled by 2 goats.
Leave this to me. Good hind out.
You're not dressed warmly enough.
Okay, this is a bit awkward, but the Prose Edda actually describes Heimdall as being the whitest of all the gods. Do what you will with that information. He is also said to have either golden or emerald teeth. Also, he doesn't seem to have Gjallarhorn, the horn which he will blow at the start of Ragnarok, and which he keeps with him at all times. In these movies, the 9 realms are basically 9 different planets, and the Norse gods use the Bifrost to teleport between them. In Norse myth, though, the realms actually aren't that separate. The specifics are a bit complicated, but several of them are actually walking distance from each other. There are multiple stories of Thor traveling across the realms in his chariot. And the Bifrost isn't a teleportation machine, it's simply a bridge that goes from Asgard to Midgard. Earlier in this movie, it was said that the frost giants come from the realm of cold and darkness. Here, it is revealed that that realm is Jotunheim. Jotunheim is the realm of giants, but it isn't the realm of cold and darkness. That would be either Niflheim or Helheim. This creature, who seems to simply be called the Jotunheim Beast, does not represent any actual monster in Norse mythology.
Why did you bring us back?
You realize what you've done, what you've started?
I was protecting my home.
You cannot even protect your friends. How can you hope to protect the kingdom?
You've forgotten everything I taught you. but a warrior's patience.
While you wait and be patient, the Nine Realms laugh at us. If the old ways are done, you'd stand giving speeches while Asgard falls.
You are a vain, greedy, cruel boy!
And you are an old man and a fool!
What's funny about this is in the myths, Thor goes around killing giants all the time, and Odin never really has a problem with it. If anything, he actually encourages it.
I now take from you your power!
And now we've got Odin wielding Mjolnir without the gauntlets or the belt. How did he even take it? Odin doesn't have telekinesis. Also, Thor never lost his powers in the myths. His hammer was stolen once or twice, but never by Odin.
Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor.
That's not how Mjolnir works. Mjolnir is simply really freaking heavy, and too powerful for most beings to lift and wield. It has nothing to do with whether or not you're worthy. If that were the case, it wouldn't have been stolen by Thrym. And wielding it doesn't give you Thor's powers. It's a powerful hammer, sure, but its power is its own. I know this is gonna shock people, but there are no Norse legends about Thor being cast down into the 21st century and going through an arc where he learns to be more humble.
You, what realm is this? Alfheim? Nornheim?
There is no realm called Nornheim. The 9 realms are Asgard, Vanaheim, Muspelheim, Niflheim, Helheim, Jotunheim, Midgard, Alfheim, and Svartalfheim, which is also called Nidavellir. Also, why can't Thor tell what realm he's in? He knows what humans look like. He's interacted with them several times.
Hi. Just taking a little blood.
How dare you attack the son of Odin!
Need some help! I'm trying to help you.
Thor is not this elitist and narcissistic in the myths. He is actually a god of the common man and peasants, and serves as their protector. Oh, Mjolnir would have done way more damage than that. It is said that Mjolnir can destroy entire mountains with a single blow, and considering this thing was launched from the sky like a meteor, there's no telling what the result would be. I'm sure a lot of you are expecting me to comment on whether or not Thor's body type is accurate to the myths. The unfortunate fact is, we cannot be sure whether he was supposed to look more like this or like God of War Thor. The myths don't really specify it. He was definitely known for eating a lot, but he's also a god, so not sure whether that would affect him or not.
What am I?
You're my son.
What more than that? The casket wasn't the only thing you took from Jotunheim that day, was it?
No. In the aftermath of the battle, I went into the temple, and I found a baby. Small, for a giant's offspring. Abandoned, suffering, left to die. Laufey's son.
Laufey's son?
Yes.
Loki is indeed a Jotun and the son of Laufey. However, this movie has Laufey as Loki's father, and as stated before, Laufey is a woman and therefore Loki's mother. His father is actually a different Jotun named Farbauti. Also, Loki always knew what he was. There wasn't some big reveal.
It all makes sense now why you favored Thor all these years. Because no matter how much you claim to love me, you could never have a frost giant sitting on the throne of Asgard.
You know, Thor is a half-giant himself. Heck, so is Odin.
How'd you get inside that cloud?
Also, how could you eat an entire box of Pop-Tarts and still be this hungry?
Aha! A little nod to the myths there. I like it. Another!
I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
Father has fallen into the Odin sleep. Mother fears he may never awaken again.
We would speak with her.
She has refused to leave my father's bedside. You can bring your urgent matter to me. Your king.
Loki wouldn't be next in line for the throne, even with Odin and Thor out of the picture. Odin has other sons, you know. Balder, Vidar, Vali, Tyr, Bragi, Hod, and Heimdall. Plus there's Thor's kids, Magni and Modi.
Look what's down there. You think you're just gonna walk in, grab our stuff, and walk out?
No, I'm gonna fly out.
Thor cannot fly. Loki can, though. He actually has a pair of shoes that allow him to run across the air, kinda like Hermes. But he never has them in these films.
I come up here a lot, actually, now that I think about it. I'm really glad you're safe.
So in these movies, Thor's love interest is a human woman named Jane Foster. However, in the myths, he's actually married to Sif.
Your ancestors called it magic, and you call it science. Well, I come from a place where they're one and the same thing.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, the dwarves definitely used both magic and science in their crafting. How else do you make a rope out of the breath of a fish?
So the 9 realms. Now there is Midgard, which is Earth. Alfheim, Vanaheim, Jotunheim, and Asgard.
You only listed 5 realms, though. There's 4 more.
You would defy the commands of Loki, our king. Break every oath you have taken as warriors and commit treason to bring Thor back.
Yes.
Good.
Why didn't Loki have them swear their oaths on the Gungnir spear? Oaths sworn on that spear are unbreakable. And we know he has it. He was holding it in the throne room scene earlier.
Ensure my brother does not return. Destroy everything.
Okay, Loki messes with the Asgardians a lot, but he never tried to kill any of them before Ragnarok. Well, except for Balder. He did not like Balder.
Tell me, Loki, how did you get the Jotuns into Asgard?
You think the Bifrost is the only way in and out of this realm? There are secret paths between the worlds to which even you, with all your gifts, are blind.
No, he isn't. Odin's eye is all-seeing, so it does make sense that he would know what's going on with Thor right now. But it also begs the question, how exactly does Loki plan to get away with any of this?
Not a great plan.
Mjolnir does not have the power to provide its wielder with a full set of clothes.
Welcome to Asgard.
In this scene, we see some frost giants easily walking on the Bifrost Bridge. However, in Norse mythology, one of the main reasons the giants never invade Asgard is because the Bifrost will actually incinerate any frost or mountain giants that come into contact with it. The only giants who are unaffected by this are obviously the fire giants, which is why during Ragnarok they're the ones who are going to destroy the bridge. You know, Frigg isn't some naive pushover. She's an extremely wise and clever goddess who likely would have figured a better way out of this situation. Also, she's supposed to be attended by the goddesses Ýr, Hlyn, Gna, and Fula. Where the heck are they? Because they certainly aren't doing their jobs. I think it might be time to fire some people. Remember earlier how I said the Bifrost is not a teleporter? Yeah, well, it's not a doomsday weapon either.
Forgive me, Jane.
The Bifrost does not get destroyed at any point before Ragnarok. Loki would not need to take this guy's eyeball to get past the scanner. Loki has the power to change his form and could have easily just taken this guy's form.
So, Thor, what's his play? He has an army called the Chitauri. They're not of Asgard nor any world known. He means to lead them against your people. They will win him the Earth. In return, I suspect, for the Tesseract.
An army. From outer space.
Loki actually does eventually lead an army to destroy the world, but it's an army of zombies and giants, not space aliens.
They changed everything around here.
They were better as they were. We pretend on Asgard that we're more advanced, but we come here battling like Bildschneip.
Like what?
Bildschneip. You know, huge, scaly, big antlers. You don't have those?
Don't think so.
Fun fact, Norse mythology doesn't have them either. Closest thing would be dragons, I guess, but none of them are ever called Bildschneip.
When I first came to Earth, Loki's rage followed me here, and your people paid the price.
Wait, that was supposed to be the first time Thor came to Earth? Do you know how many stories that undoes?
No!
Are you ever not going to fall for that?
No. You guys do not understand how powerful Mjolnir is. I don't care what the hell that glass is made of, that whole prison would be destroyed after one swing.
Would you like a drink?
Stalling me won't change anything.
No, threatening. No drink, you sure? I'm having one.
A Norse god just turned down alcohol. Need I say more?
Yeah. Takes us a while to get any traction, I'll give you that one. But let's do a head count here. Your brother, the demigod.
Thor is not a demigod. He is not half human, nor is he a lesser deity. He is a god, and without a doubt, one of the two most revered gods in all of Norse culture. I know this is gonna shock people, but Thor does not join a team of superheroes in Norse mythology. Hi, thanks for watching, and a huge thank you to the wonderful people on Patreon who help make videos like this possible. People like Lilith Jade Vaughn, Alexios Apollo, Gilda Ramos, Double Ditto, Adam Whaley, Anthony Miano, Gavin Lothar, Gina Adams, Matthew Owen, That Guy, Carrie692, Justin Pruitt, This Ting, Zaggard, Zach Horgan, AirTank58, Alex, Average Brexit Geezer, Black-Chinned Hummingbird, Kane Kendrick, Carson Price, Krill E. Dara, Damian Fireheart, Darkling, Dominic Fournier Bessner, Dubious, Habalon, James H., Jeff Jeffington, Jennifer McNeese, Jeremy Sunday, Cade, Kevin, Lassie Ehrenreich, Marco Gonzalez, Maria Potter, Miranda Annette, Nathaniel Frey, Renji Killer, Sage Ty, Saint Wolfman, Stephen Pilko, The Jesus, The Last, and Mags. Thank you guys so much for contributing to the channel and helping keep series like this afloat. If you want to support this channel, get your name in the credits, and occasionally get access to certain videos that are unable to stay on YouTube, and also get first priority to have your questions answered during live Q&As, feel free to consider supporting. The link is in the description, as is a link to info on a card game I'm personally making and I think you're really gonna like. But other than that, thank you.